see her gray.
Yes, we can see the strands.
And
Wow.
I
We can
see the
see her
scalp there.
scalp. And guys, that's gray hair
Okay, you
that
see
you're
those little
seeing.
miniature, those little fine strands there? You
Are
see
you
the,
talking about the dark ones?
yes, those little tiny fine dark strands. Those strands are returning to be vellus. We have three types of hair. We have our lanugo hair, which is known as the baby hair. That's what the world happened?
It did go out.
Okay, I'm just trying to bring it back up. That's probably because it's been on so long. Okay, so you see the little fine strands that you see. Are those, see those little fine strands that's running through there? Those strands are considered the, hey, those strands are considered the vellus strands, which is returning back, and those strands are going to be lost if we don't get on top of that. And you see the space. You see how the pores are clogged. I'm just trying
And
to.
how can we tell the pores are clogged?
Okay,
Where will we see a clogged pore?
okay, I'm going to show. See right there. You see that coming up out of her scalp.
It's a little blurry.
Okay, you see right there.
You talking about the dark hairs that are coming out of her
The
scalp?
dark, yeah, you can see it more in the dark strands that are coming up
Right,
out of the pore.
right.
See how it's kind of laying down?
Uh-huh.
Okay, you see that? See all that build up around it?
I see kind of looks like
Snowflake?
it looks like skin flakes. Exactly.
Exactly. Okay, well, that's mean that you see how it's laying down. I'm zooming in on that particular one right there so you can see it.
Right, exactly.
That is considered, see there, clogged. It's those pores are clogged. You see that?
Yeah.
Now you see the space between the two?
Yes.
That means she's lost that hair in the middle. So
Okay.
we're gonna try to
Okay.
save these strands here that are very thin strands. You can see those thin strands there. And she also showing some inflammation. See how dark her scalp look?
What color should the scalp be, Doris?
It should be like like a pale blooded, rich looking with blood flowing through.
Should it be kind of, I guess on our scalp, should it be like the inside of her hand maybe?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
You see how it is right here?
I see. Now, the glistening that we see, is that just the light reflecting off of her skin, or does that mean something else?
All that oiliness,
The glistening that I see off of her skin
that's
there.
oil. That's build up oil on her scalp.
Build up oil.
That's
And then
oil.
there's some nodules that I saw that if you go back over to the left, I thought I saw some little areas too that looked like there was inflammation.
Yes, right in here,
Yeah.
right in here.
Is there any way that you can change the focus, like make it more sharp? Is there a way to do that?
Let me see. Right there. It's a little sharp.
Wow.
You see right in there? All that space where you see no pores, no hair, no even vellus hair is coming out
What
of her.
is, stop right there. Stop right there and go back. That little no, go back down. Oh, I see. Is that a clogged pore?
Yes, yes,
Wow.
ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Wow.
See, we got to, oh my God, right here. Look.
Wow, I see. Yeah.
See the color, the discoloration of her
I
scalp,
do. And what does that mean?
inflammation. Possibly,
Inflammation.
I'm going to say possibly right there. Look,
I do. I see.
possibly inflammation because being that I'm not a doctor, I can't say, but I always tell my clients to go be checked. And
And
most of
you've
them,
done even though you're not a doctor, Doris, I know that you've done some shadowing and some deep study with dermatologists.
yes, I have. I've shadowed a derm for a year. So I got a chance to see this and know what she had diagnosed it to be. And then that's why I really know, but I don't really say. I
Of
just,
course.
you see all that like an oil spill. It looked like the Gulf. Remember when they had the spill in the Gulf?
I do.
My client, this is we are mother-in-laws. My daughter married her son and my son, my daughter, so we can laugh with each other. We have a very close relationship.
Well, you're definitely a great person to have a close relationship with because not
Yeah.
only are you a wonderful person, but the professional that you are is just helping everybody. So good
Okay.
network all the way around.
I usually scope somebody, Kath. I scope them in the top area. That's where we have our most challenges at. In the back, for some reason, the hair, the pores back here. Watch this now. This is the back of her hair. Look how
So are
much
you on
hair.
the nape of her neck or the back of her head?
This is like at the occipital area. But look how much hair she has back here.
Wow, I see.
Most of the time, people don't lose their hair in the back. From that occipital area down, like you can see all the hair she has back here. But now I'm going to move back to the top and show you. Look at the space.
I see the difference, yes.
What's in the area?
What's interesting to me is that how translucent gray hair is.
Yes. And the one thing about gray hair, just say if you look at that, if you had it on your face, if you're going to get it laser off, you have to get it laser while it has pigments. Once it loses its melanin, you don't get it out.
Really?
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Yeah, so we're gonna do a scalp facial on her, Kathy. Oh, I'm gonna get all this off. We're gonna do a scalp,
Yes.
and
I
then I'm gonna
can't
come back
wait.
and scope her again, and you'll see the difference.
Wow. Well, go through one more time. I'm gonna try to get a screenshot, so go a little slower for
Okay,
me.
okay. Let me.
Right there would be great. Let me see. Go back to that port right in there. There you go. Right in there. Perfect. Perfect. Give me a second. Ah, it did not. It won't give me a shot. That's all right. I'll have to take the shot from the recording. No problem.
Okay.
But that is really
Ask me
awesome.
if there are
So
any questions, Kathy, while I'm before I go to the scalp facial.
absolutely. I'm seeing something come up in the chat. Monica Broussard said, OMG, I know what you mean. Yeah, it's amazing to see something like this on a close level, and you can really just see what's going on there.
You see
And
those
we
pores right
feel
there,
things in
Kathy?
our head. We feel things in our head, maybe a soreness or tenderness or something, and we don't know what it is, and we have no idea that it looks like this.
Okay, I want you to zoom in on that. Everybody look at what you're looking at now. You see the space in between one pore to the other, one strand to the other. You see the
Wow.
clogged pores right there.
Amazing. I was
See
able to catch.
those little fine strands. Those are strands that are returning to vellus. Now, remember, I said there's three types of hair. You have the lanugo hair, which is the hair you're born with, and that's the hair Dr. Rita see a lot on babies. After about 3 months out of the bloom, those hairs are gone. Then you have vellus hair, which is those fine strands right there. And then you have the terminal hair, which is those strands right there. Those are the strands that we have as terminal. Those are terminal hairs. And you don't want them to move back into vellus hair. You don't want them to move to that fine fine vellus hair that you see all those little tiny strands in there.
Right.
You don't want that.
That type of hair is called what?
Vellus.
Bellus?
Bellus. Vellus hair.
And
And
again, what is Bella's hair?
the vellus hair is the second grade. That's the hair after lanugo. Lanugo hair is the baby hair that you're born with. You shed that hair to get the vellus hair. Then vellus hair turns on into terminal hair.
What was that term?
Terminal, just like I said, terminal.
Okay, gotcha.
Okay. So now I'm gonna put, if they have any questions, they can ask questions while I do the scalp facial.
Alrighty. I am going to check the chat right now and see if there's any
Okay, well,
questions.
while I'm doing I'll take questions while I'm doing the facial, scalp facial. And I've already did my mixture. I did about about an ounce of shampoo, a little under an ounce. And then I did a tablespoon of baking soda, and I did 6 drops of our peppermint oil. And I'm gonna go in and do the facial. Now, most of you on the line, I'm sure, have seen the scalp facial. So I'm gonna leave the camera positioned on the screen so I can go back and show you after the facial.
Doris, we've got a request for the names of the stages again, and I will put them in the chat. So Lanuvo,
It's the baby hair. That's the hair
can
that you're born with.
can you spell that for me?
Laun, Lanu, Lanuga, I believe. Lanugo. Go.
Lanugo, okay.
Lanugo. Uh-huh.
And that's baby hair.
That's the hair you're born with. That's the baby. That's that little fine hair that be over the baby's body.
Right, okay. And then the next stage was,
Bellis hair.
okay.
That's the second grade of hair. That's the hair that comes after Lanugo. That's the little fine hair that you see on the camera. And then you have terminal hair. And I might have misspelled the first one, but anyway, if you look it up, it'll tell you.
Let's see, after. And you said Bellis is after the baby, but it's what you develop into?
Right. That's the second stage.
Alrighty, and then the
Terminal.
third one was terminal.
Terminal, just like the terminal says. Just like
So this is your end stage of hair.
right. That's what we have now as adult. But we don't want to revert to Bellis because that means it's going back. We're losing it. It starts to miniaturize.
All right, folks, I put these in the chat for you. Lanugo, Bellis, and terminal. Awesome, awesome. Any other questions for her as she's doing?
I'm doing the scalp facial now.
Okay.
And I'm doing it in rotary movements, move it upward. Always do upward motions when it comes to the head because you're bringing the blood. Remember, we have the peppermint in here, and peppermint stimulates the blood circulation. So we're doing the peppermint in our mixture.
And can you give me that mixture and in increments as well? I'll put that in the chat.
An ounce of our renewing shampoo. That's important, you guys. And like I always tell people, if you're gonna mix up product, don't get our product.
All right, 1 ounce new renewing shampoo.
A tablespoon of baking soda.
Baking soda. Okay, got it.
6 drops of peppermint oil.
Alrighty. 6 drops peppermint oil. Yes.
And then you're gonna mix it up real good.
And this is in a bowl, right?
Mix it up.
Okay.
Then you get a toothbrush, a medium brush. Some people could like it a little hard. I know I like my toothbrush a little harder brush. And you're gonna do rotary movements. And what you're doing now, you are deep cleansing those pores. You're exfoliating all of that dead skin off of the scalp. And a lot of people say they have dandruff, but they really don't have. Dandruff is not contagious, you guys. Dandruff is simply your skin manufacturing more cells than we can get off, more skin cells. So you're gonna do that, but because of time today, I'm not gonna wrap up for 10 minutes on the plastic cap, but that's what you do after you finish doing the rotary movements over. And you usually there's a little leftovers. But what you do, you take the leftover and do the second shampoo. I don't like to waste anything.
But you don't actually put it on the scalp. You're just talking about you use it as part of the shampoo.
Right, because your scalp is really cleansed after this procedure.
Right, you don't need to do it twice, is what you're saying.
I'm just giving
well, and I can let people know that as a person that has locks, baking soda is used regularly with those of us who have hair that is compacted, which is what locks are. It's the hair that should be shedding, but is actually collected inside of the lock transfer, the lock formation. Baking soda helps to deodorize
Mhm.
as well as to help shake out some of that dust and everything that's trapped in the lock. So my point is that even if you don't have locks, using that baking soda paste as part of your shampoo is going to help deodorize and sanitize your hair. Is that right, Doris?
Exactly. And it helps kill the germs, like you said, sanitize
Hmm.
kills the germs. And that's what you want to do. You want to get those cells off because most of the time we don't shampoo as often as we need to. We should be shampooing at least once a week, but we don't because of the way we style our hair. If you wear natural hair, you can do that really easy. But if not, you don't maybe every 2 weeks. But I wouldn't go past 2 weeks because one lady told me, she said, I haven't shampooed my hair in 6 weeks. And the only thing I could look at her and say, how often do you wash your body? I,
Ooh,
I came with Kathy, I had no
ooh,
answer for her for that. All I could ask her was that.
ooh,
Then I'll
wee.
let her figure it out.
Yeah, that's one of them funky head rags. But
Yes. Yeah.
anywho, in the wrap in the plastic cap, how long do they go under the dryer or you just sit
They don't
aside?
have to. They can let their body heat do it. They
Okay,
don't have to.
alrighty. So
You
I've
can
put
try
the
to avoid.
directions.
The only time I put a client under the dryer if I'm doing a deep cleansing, I mean deep moisturizing with our moisturizing conditioner, I put them under a preheated dryer for about 15 to 20 minutes. And the reason I do that is to kind of lift those cuticles a little bit so it can get in. It provided they have dry hair. And I add some of our oud oil with it when I do that. I add the oud oil with it. But the body heat is enough with this particular procedure. For 10 minutes wrapped up, I would like to wrap up in saran wrap. But if you don't have saran wrap, you can wrap up in a plastic cap and just kind of tighten the cap down to the head.
And what does that do? Does that just help penetrate or?
Yeah, that's just help give you a few extra minutes for the sanitizing, for the cleansing, for the deep cleansing the pores. That's all.
I don't use a plastic cap. I have a steam cap that I use, and I tell you that that is fantastic with our products, especially because our products do have that peppermint oil in the actual conditioner and shampoo. I mean, you can really feel the tingling, and it's just almost like you feel your head getting clean.
That's really the peppermint is really good because plus it relaxes you. It relaxes you. So when you get relaxed, it relaxes your arteries and your veins and allow the blood to flow that much easier.
Alrighty.
So what I'm doing now, I'm shampooing it. I didn't put it under the plastic cap. I didn't do that because of our time.
Right.
We're going to make sure you know that that's what happens.
Great. There's a question. I know the answer, but I'm gonna go ahead and read the question for you. Can African black soap be used as shampoo?
You know what? I don't know anything about African. I don't know about African black soap. So
I can tell you that
I don't know anything about that.
being in the culture, um, African black soap is used by a lot of locticians and by a lot of us who buy stuff from African vendors. It is a cleanser and it is sold as a full body shampoo head to toe with hair included. But Meridian, what I would say is just like our professional said, that if you're gonna mix products, you won't know what the results are with our products. So you can certainly use African black soap as a shampoo because I've used it myself as that. It is very cleansing, but it's not what kind of product. So you can certainly do that. But with the using the products and measuring your results is going to be thrown off by mixing another product in there. Is that correct, Doris?
I'm now got the water running. What did you say?
I was answering the question that one of our guests asked about African black soap and could we use it as a shampoo? And I just gave them my testimony that I've used it as shampoo over my life, and it's used all over as a whole body shampoo, a good body cleanser, natural cleanser. However, in comparison to what our products do, when you mix the products, you can't get a true comparison about how the products are working. Is that correct?
Exactly. That's why I tell people, even hairstylists, I tell them to get a couple of clients that's having some challenges with their hair, visible challenges. Because as you see, my client, my model here today, she didn't know all that was going on her scalp because this magnified what's going on. And so now she see that she's missing hair. And most of the time when you miss hair, you've already at 51% losing before you realize, and you may not have gotten a scalp scan. You may not have been able to see this. So I always tell them, find them 2 or 3 of their customers that you feel that's having challenges with their hair and only use the system on them. Don't cross it with anything else because you won't know what's working.
I agree. And as a matter of fact, we have an immediate testimony from our MVP that said that her stylist used our cleanser, and for her, it cleanses better than black soap, and also says that we have the top of the line cleansing.
I will agree with her on that.
I know that's right. I'm gonna also relay that other message, Bernadine, to her privately, okay?
And now her hair, Kathy, is squeaky clean. I mean, squeaky clean.
Yay!
And I'm gonna put our conditioner on here. I mean, when I tell you, it's probably clean as been in a many moon. Yeah. And make sure when you rinse, you guys, you rinse at every time like it's your last rinse. Don't say, I'm gonna get it again, and open up the middle. Most of the time, we miss the middle. Open up the middle, get that. And our moisturizing cream, a lot of people think, will that clog my pores? But no, it will not. It will not.
Are you talking about the styling cream?
Yeah.
I absolutely can say that it doesn't weigh down. I used the styling cream when I recently crinkled my hair, which is merely braiding my locks while they're wet and twisting for, twisting the new growth to the scalp. Not too tight, like my trichologist says, but it is really amazing. I'll show you my hair here. So this is what I use, that styling cream to help create this style. And I've probably had my hair styled like this. I can just take it down. So I've had my hair styled like this since Thursday. Since Thursday.
So Kathy, write down what you can do is do the portion that you want to do. And I'm gonna mute out because I don't want the dryer to disturb you. And then once I finish, I'll come back on. I'll open back up and show and re-scan her scalp so you can see the difference.
Awesome. Wonderful. So thank you. Doris said, like she said, she's going to take a break. She's going to go ahead and rinse the client out and then come back to us and do a rescan so that we can see the difference. In the meantime, what I'm going to do is really give the backstory behind with the company Wakana, behind the products. I can turn your camera off. Don't worry about it. And so, in that way, I'll go ahead and remove that spotlight. So, what we can do is we can talk about the company behind the SOS hair care system. So, without any further ado, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Just a moment.
While so many industries struggled during the pandemic, the CBD industry grew over 30%. Welcome to Wakana. We offer natural and organically grown CBD products backed by our 30-day bottom-of-the-bottle guarantee. Our proprietary blends contain more than 15 essential oils like black seed and turmeric, which help in creating the ultimate entourage effect. We provide a certificate of analysis on all of our CBD-infused products. These tests are conducted by one of the top ISO labs in Florida to ensure quality and potency inside of every batch. We're one of the few companies in the world who conduct full panel testing to confirm our ingestible products are free of pesticides, mold, and other dangerous compounds. The foundation of Wakana is based on 4 pillars, including health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. According to the current CBD market, there is a tremendous opportunity for you to launch your own dispensary with Wakana. You can retail products online, earning from 20 to 50% of the commissionable volume. By launching an online dispensary, you can win the loyalty of your customers by offering the hottest products like edibles, flower, hair care, tinctures, and topicals. Wakana isn't just a company. We are a movement. During the pandemic, we grew over 100% and expanded our headquarters from 1,000 to over 5,500 square feet. We have over 10,000 customers and a 5-star online rating from our satisfied customers and distributors. So what are you waiting for? Start partnering with one of the fastest growing and most reputable CBD companies in the world. Wakana, the crown jewel of CBD.
It just made sense to me. It was more so about teaching people a more natural way to be healthy.
We had the opportunity not only to just get the 40 acres, but also get the mule.
In the waters where the sharks and piranha swim. Remember, couldn't see the sky, it was kind of dim. I never broke, I ain't got that kind of skin. They never shook, back for the crown again, royalty. If you got the time, we're gonna talk about loyalty.
I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis at age 17, and now at age 51, I'm finally getting the relief that I need from my arthritis without all of the side effects.
I have witnessed thousands of people overcome so many challenges, chronic long-term challenges that they've not been able to really overcome with traditional pharmaceutical medication.
I went and played golf this year, and normally when I play for the first time after 18 holes, I'm really sore. I took my Impranium in the morning. I used some of the pain cream, on my knees, and it's like I hadn't played at all.
Well, Wakana isn't just a company, even though you can say it is a company, but we really formed this from the beginning to be a movement. We knew that the cannabis industry really had not catered to those who, unfortunately, were the victims of the war on drugs, and that was minorities, African Americans. And so in starting Wakana, it was really giving birth to an idea that we as African Americans, we as minorities, we as Black and brown people could absolutely play a big role in this. So we see this as a company, a movement that will absolutely revolutionize and change the cannabis industry and help impact minorities all around the world.
awesome. I'm glad that I could share that with you because you really want to know what it is that we're all about. In fact, we're more than a company. We are a movement with a vision to help end the negative stigma that has caused communities around the world to suffer and to lose out on the health and wealth benefits of the cannabis plant. In fact, our mission is to be a catalyst to help stir that movement that inspires people to confidently move into the legal space as entrepreneurs and formulators and investors, evoking the courage and the strength of people to take back their health, wealth, legacy, and freedom. These are the four co founders that you saw in the video. These women came together with their shared foundational values and their synergistic efforts, coming to the table with different um, qualities that just work so well together. That synergy is amazing. Starting to your left with our Chief Medical Officer and Health Pillar, Dr. Rita J. McGuire, with over 30 years of experience as an obstetrician gynecologist, delivering over 8,000 babies in the United States and the Caribbean. She's also become a cannabis expert and a trichologist educator. Her expertise was sought after as from the Illinois legislature as they were considering adult use cannabis there in Illinois. Dr. Patricia Van Pelt is our president and our wealth pillar. Dr. Van Pelt is instrumental in making sure that we have a wealthy mindset, as she's built her own wealthy mindset coming from really humble beginnings at Cabrini Green Housing Project there in Chicago. Here in Chicago, I'm here. I forgot about that, here in Chicago, and then moving into learning about political and social reformation and activism, helping communities to really build. And then that led her into a life of politics where she is currently serving as a third-time state senator here in Illinois. The visionary behind this entire beautiful journey we're on is our CEO and legacy pillar, Melissa Boston. You see, she actually had to create a legacy, leaving corporate America, having much success there. But the problem is that she didn't have the time that she wanted to spend with the people that mean the most to her. So she took that time back by leaving corporate America in her mid 30s, moving into the home based business arena, and building a business that attracted teams from over 46 countries. She got back into corporate America when asked to be the CEO of another cannabis company, using her expertise to move that company from only $8,000 a month in revenue to over $250,000 a month. And when the vision for Wakana came, she had the tenacity and the vision, the faith to move forward. And here we are 3 years later, about to celebrate our third anniversary in just 2 days. Awesome. Phyllis Nash is our Chief Sales Officer and Freedom Pillar. She epitomizes freedom in that she's only held two specific jobs in her life. She's been an entrepreneur for over 35 years in both traditional and in home-based business. She actually is the midwife of Wakana, as she helps to nurture and lead from the front in assisting us to really achieve all of our goals here at Wakana. Our medical advisory board is second to none. This is a board that is comprised of professionals across the entire genre of healthcare. We're talking about chiropractors and other physicians, nurse practitioners, RNs, PharmDs, as well as psychiatrists and psychologists. What's great about all of these professionals is that not only they use the products for themselves to help enhance their lives, but they regularly recommend our products to their patients. And that is powerful, to have traditional medical professionals to advise and recommend our holistic products to their clients. So I don't know how in the world all that happened there. Let me stop sharing there. All righty. So Doris, how is it going? She may be still under the water. So I'm gonna
No,
go
I had to unmute myself. I'm ready.
You are awesome. Awesome. So if you want to, I'll turn your camera back on for you. I
Yeah.
just asked you to start your video.
It's on.
I don't see you on yet. Do you see the prompt to start your video?
Yeah. No, I never turned my camera off.
I turned it off for you when I saw you trying to turn it off.
Okay, so can you see now?
I cannot, no. You may need to go back to the computer to turn it on.
Okay. What is it saying here? The host has actually, okay, let me see. Okay, you got it?
There you go.
Okay,
Just go ahead and focus,
okay.
and I'm gonna put you back on spotlight. Yes, that looks clearer. I see the strands, but I don't see the scalp.
So you see how clean the strands are?
The strands do look good. Squeaky.
Squeaky clean. Look at the scalp. Look down at the scalp. You don't see that oil spill like it was. Now what's gonna happen,
What?
the natural oil is gonna come in. Trying to get into an area so you can see how.
Yeah, because I can see the hairs, but I can't really see the scalp area as much.
Right. Follow the strand down to the scalp. You can see the pores are open. It's amazing.
A little bit more, if you can get to another area that is not so dense with it. Right in there, let's see. Right in there, if you go back. Wow, I think I remember this area. It did look different.
Look down in the pores. See the pore. I'm trying to stay instead of jumping off of it. Let me find that area. Go back up to the top. See the,
There you go.
Look down into the pore now. You can almost see down in there.
Wow, that is, it looks almost hollow. Is that real? Is that right? I mean, I know it's real.
Yep. You look how clean the hair is.
I mean, you don't see any of that glistening on the top like there was.
No. Oh, that's gone.
Wow. So I have to ask your client, how does your scalp feel?
Fantastic.
She sounded blissful when she said that. Did you take a little nap, ma'am?
Yeah.
That sounds like a nappy voice.
Okay. If you look down in those pores.
It's a little blurry for the pores. So if you can focus right there and see if you can zoom in on that with the more of a clear picture.
See that?
Perfect. Perfect. Pull back a little bit. A little bit more clear. No, man, it's a little bit more clear. You had it clear and then it went back out of focus. Okay, go back a little. Right there. Right there. Wow, guys.
Amazing.
You can see down in those pores, man.
And that's what it's all about. It's about unclogging those pores. Let's go back here where there's a lot of hair. See what the hair look like.
Oh, Lord Jesus. Sorry, guys.
Look at that. Look how clean the patch look.
Wow. Wow. That is amazing.
I was doing this one day at an event, and the lady had little mites crawling around on her strand.
Oh, no, really?
And I had to remain professional without screaming.
Wow. I mean, you could actually see them crawling?
Yes, it was on the strands.
Oh, no. So
Yeah.
is that lice?
Yes, that's what it was.
Wow. I've only seen that on YouTube or something like that, but.
Yeah, I've seen it live.
So what do you do at that point? Do you, and I know that there's professionals on, I know that there's professionals that are on the line. So what is the correct course of action? Of course, controlling your screaming, but,
And I had to take everything I had used on her and put it in a bag. Sanitize my tool, my scope tool. and tell her she should go to a dermatologist or go to the drugstore and get some product for that.
And let me ask you, how long had it been since she washed her hair?
You know what? I really didn't ask her, Kathy, because I was like,
You was ready to get her out of there, I
Shake
think.
up.
That's what I'm feeling, yeah.
Yes, I was like, please get up. I put the cake, the towel, everything in a bag and tied it up.
Absolutely.
And I, like I said again, I advised her to go to a derm or go to the drugstore and ask for some stuff to get rid of head lice. Because they
Wow.
were literally crawling on her shaft, on her hair shaft.
Oh my God, that must have been the creepiest thing ever.
Yes, and I couldn't scream. I had to be cool.
Right, right. You don't want to record, you don't want to embarrass anybody. I get it.
Exactly.
You're
And
the
she was
ultimate
very
professional.
grateful. She was grateful because she knew she had an itchy scalp, but she wasn't sure why. And that was
She
one of
didn't
the
realize that it was actually moving.
exactly.
Wow.
So you guys, I don't know what else to say or do, because you've seen it for yourself. It's live. It's a real. When you scope, you can see more with the scope than you can see with the naked eye. That's why I've been recommending people to get the system, use the system. If you are not a stylist, you get it and you take it into your stylist. Sometimes stylists will have you to sign off on the fact that you brought your own product in, and that's okay. Because everything that's in our system is organic and is certified and is third-party tested. So we know what you're getting. And I have a cousin in Florida, Miami. She got the product, took it into her stylist. Eventually, her stylist became a distributor because she could see the difference. I could see the difference when I seen her again. So I tell everybody, don't make this product marry up with some other product. That's not what it's about. We want results, and we have been proven I'm a product of the product, and I want you to be a product of the product. And it's exciting to know that we have something that works. And whether
Wow.
so whether you wear natural hair or whether you wear thermal straightened hair or chemically relaxed hair, we know this product works because we have gotten testimonies to the fact that it is working. So I'm excited, you guys, and I'm excited that you are here with me today. Next week is going to be about the environment, how the environment affects our hair and how the products support it. So
I'm telling you, this has been powerful. I know that the professionals on the line are excited to talk to you. I've already gotten messages of people that want you to call them and have conversation with you. In fact, Mika El Meta says that she has clients who've had hair to break off from washing their hair and not rinsing properly.
exactly.
Tell us more about how that happens. Is it the product that makes their hair brittle and breaks off, or why does their hair break off with that extra product on there?
Because first of all, you've seen how the pores can be clogged.
Yeah.
Okay, so that means skin is the largest organ of elimination. So if you're not getting the toxins out, then you're not going to be able to get anything in. And if you're leaving product build up on the hair, what is happening, each time you condition the hair, you're conditioning over conditioner. So you never get into the first layer of hair, which is the cuticle layer. So you're not moisturizing the hair properly, and it's going to dry and get brittle, and it's going to look like a sponge when wet and a cactus when dry. So what happens to a cactus? It breaks off. You're going to end up losing it.
Wow.
That you don't want to lose your hair. I tell everybody, you don't want to lose your hair. I don't care how many weaves, wigs, hair pieces that is out there. It is nothing like your own hair. Make those things an option. I got about 3 or 4 wigs hanging up in my closet. And if I don't want to wear my own hair, I put a wig on. But that's an option. That's not my guarantee. My hair
and Doris, so many people have used it as a go-to for so many years that now they don't have an option but to do that.
Exactly, because their hair, I asked my daughter the other day, I said, Lily, what's the future of hair? She said, bald. I don't want us to be bald. I want us to have our hair. Let's let those extra pieces be an option. Let's wear them when we want to look like, we want to be spruce it up or step it up or just make a change in our personality that day. But just to say every day, I don't have a hairline because I chose to braid it up tight and cause traction alopecia. No, we don't want to do that. We want to let those things be an option. I love them. I mean, I make wigs. So I don't want them to go away.
You don't want to dig in your pocket like that, right?
Exactly. But I want you to be, I tell my customers, let's get your hair back. Don't put a weave in somebody's hair because they're losing their hair. You're only going to step the game up and make it faster.
Just while I've been here in Chicago, I've actually seen people that have no choice.
Exactly.
Literally, there's nothing left to put a weave to, so they're forced to wear a wig because without it, you're talking about wisp of comb over hair.
Exactly, Catherine.
I've seen that. I've seen that walking around right in here in Chicago.
Yes, that's not good. I'm so glad that Wakanda listened. Wakanda heard us, and Wakanda making a difference. Now it's up to you. You can make a decision to get the product, but have you made a decision to stick with it to the end? I tell people, give it 6 months. If it was for hair restoration, give it at least 6 to 8. It took me 8 months. 8 months to get my hair back, and my hair is back. And I'm telling you, I'm so excited that
Yes, you don't need anybody's wig, man.
No, I don't
I'm
have
telling
to
you.
wear a wig, right? But I
That's
want
exactly
everybody
right.
trying to be that same way and to share with others. Don't be afraid to share with others. You're not going to be able to do everybody in your family, not let alone everybody on your block. So share.
And just like our other products, Doris, be a product of this product as well, because when you have great results, just like you've had great results with our other products, people are going to notice that bounce in your hair. People are going to notice that your hair looks healthy and shiny. Whatever way you wear your hair, our products works great on all hair types. And I even have a testimony here from Charlotte who says that the styling cream adds so much sheen and moisture to the hair. And I absolutely agree. I've taken your advice regularly, and I have a little bit in my regular spray bottle that I put in there, and I add that to it. You had given me the advice about using it that way on my locks instead of actually putting it on there, and that's exactly how I was able to achieve this wavy style by spraying my hair while it was wet and braiding it and leaving it for a day or two, unbraiding it, and now I've had this style for the last 4 days.
Yeah, and it's gorgeous, gorgeous. Kathy, I want to give a testimony about something else that happened to me on Saturday night. I have a little 6-year-old nephew I live in the house with them, and he had a toy that he pulled and wind up and released it, and it spins out into the air. Well, that toy spin out just as I was crossing and hit my hand. It hurt me so bad. I was almost in tears. It hit my hand. And he was like, Auntie, I'm sorry. I know he didn't mean to do it, but the pain was pulsating up my arm. It was
wow.
So I got the pain cream and I massaged it into my hand, up my arm. Kathy, it wasn't a good 10 minutes, and I'm not lying. I said, where is the pain?
I love that. I love that.
I was like, I told him, I said, baby, Auntie can't lose her hands. This is
that's Auntie's pocket.
Auntie cannot lose her hand. But that toy hurt me so bad, I really wanted to disconnect his liver. But I didn't bother him. I said, okay, I know you didn't mean to do it. But the pain cream was my saving grace.
It's bad.
Yes. Yeah.
That's awesome. Monica's asking how much styling cream did I use? What I did for locks, Doris gave me the advice that if I were to try to put it on each set of locks, because when I braid, of course, you're using 3 locks to braid them together. So if I had done that over the hundreds of locks that I have on my head, first of all, I would have an abundance of product on my head. If I did that individually. So what I did is I dissolved. I have a spray bottle that's probably about this tall, which would be about 10 ounces, maybe 8 ounces. It's a smaller little spray bottle, big at the bottom, goes up to the top like a small travel spray bottle that I use. And when I dissolved the styling cream in there, I put very, very small pinches that I actually kind of started to emulsify in my hand. And then I used hot water to emulsify it in there. And I sprayed it on my locks as I was braiding.
And that is the key to getting things into locks. And when you rinse and lock, you don't rinse with the full force of water, because what happens, the water bounces off. You want to slow the force down so it goes in. So as Kathy is spraying, she's spraying and it's actually going inside the locks.
And I spray it close, really close like this, and then braid, 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 and move on to the next. And I even use the styling cream to I don't call my hair baby hair, because when you have gray hair, you ain't no baby up in there, right? So but I did use it to neaten up my edges, and that's a great way to do that.
Yes. Baby hair left after about 3 months of being on this earth.
It's been a long time for this baby. Well, any other questions, folks? We got just a couple more minutes. And Doris, I just want to thank you for your expertise. You knock it out of the park every single week. You are a treasure in my life personally and a treasure to Wakana. We just appreciate you for everything that you bring to the table. And again, thank you so much to your client, friend, family member, sister-in-law, all of that rolled into one. Mothers-in-law, I mean, and we just appreciate you for allowing us to take a look at your scalp. Just
That
always
is
some.
something that, Kathy, when I'm scoping in public, at a public event, I'm
Uh-huh.
sure that the models or the people that I scope they have their private moment, have a screen up, because most people don't want that seen. They don't want that. And then some people who have wigs on will take their wigs off, and they don't want that to be seen.
Well, and that's why I'm so appreciative that she allowed that to happen.
Yes.
Even though we don't see her face,
Right.
it's still her private
Yes.
head.
Yes.
So we appreciate you sharing your scalp with us. We learned so much, and so that's really special. This is phenomenal. And so there's no other company out there doing this for their distributors. There's no other company that has the SOS hair care system. If you're a distributor, just know you have an exclusive product. If you are a person who is a professional and you haven't gotten back to the person that invited you today, just know that using this system helps you to create a niche in the market. Yeah, there's a lot of stylists on the planet, probably a lot of stylists right in your city. But if you're the one that has the SOS hair care system, then you set yourself apart. Just remember that. Any other questions before we go?
Kathy, for the hairstylist that's on this line, this is a service that can be added to your menu.
Absolutely.
The scalp facial it's a $45 service. Could be. It could be more. I don't know what you will feel is worth in your salon, but in mine it's $45.
Ella. I love that. I love it. So, guys, don't forget, tonight is our corporate Zoom. Yep, we're keeping it going. Our corporate Zoom is gonna be at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. 6 p.m. Pacific. I'm going to go ahead and put that in the chat, and we will head on out. Oops, I did not do that correctly, did I? Let me try that one more time. And grabbing that link. It didn't copy for me. So let's try that again. There we go. So there's the link to tonight. The passcode is what we always have, 710, and there you go. Make sure you have your guest on there, because guys, if you were at the event this weekend and you didn't have guests, ooh, they missed it. You missed a big opportunity. Those of you who have had guests, I've already heard and seen the numbers of people that are joining your company. What you don't want to happen is for your hairstylist to join under someone else's team. Oh my goodness. So make sure you take this information as well as all of the great information you'll see tonight, and make sure that you have a guest on the line. Y'all have a wonderful rest of your Monday, and we'll catch you later tonight on the Corporate
Hey, make it
Center.
a great one, you guys.
All righty. Have a wonderful rest of the Monday. Bye.
Bye-bye.